Hi Pisces, welcome to your weekly forecast for December 5th through the 11th. This is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. You may stumble upon this video at some later time, far off into the future. It's all good. You're going to see it whenever you're meant to hear the messages. Keep in mind this is a general reading for the collective. Therefore, not every single message is going to resonate, and that's okay. Take what does, leave what doesn't. So without further ado, my dears and my darlings, let's see what we have coming up here for the Pisces collective. I'm going to move you all just a little bit closer. The creaky tripod. All right, so first card coming up here for the Pisces collective is Judgment. And it's a major arcana card. So major arcana cards are going to come up anytime that we're at a significant new chapter in our life. It's a defining moment. It's a significant crossroads, but it's directly linked to things we came here to experience, things we came here to master. So as a result, what happens is we're going to have a lot of help, like spiritual help from our spiritual team when we're at these kinds of crossroads, especially with the Judgment card. Because the Judgment card can come up when we're answering a calling. We feel called to do something. We feel called to go down a certain path. And a lot of the times I see the Judgment card come up when the decisions we're having to make are directly linked to matters of character, matters of belief, matters of like the way that we're choosing to live our life. So they're big decisions, right? We're not talking about, if you feel like, taking your jacket with you when you step outside. These are big decisions. And so you're going to have your spiritual team here around you. The bear is really jumping out at me here. And so as a spirit animal, in like shaman tradition, shaman order, the bear is seen as connected to healing, protection, courage. So maybe some of you are stepping into a path as a healer, and that might be requiring you to really kind of embrace this confidence and believing in yourself and being in the courage. But bear is a very powerful animal, right? Very, very powerful animal. And so I feel there's a sense of like stepping into power here, and maybe even a sense of like standing up for beliefs, or like being protective uh, of your people, maybe being protective of your family, or being protective of your people. So that could be a certain demographic, a certain group. You may be stepping up and wanting to do things to help and to create change, and your protective energies might be kind of getting activated here, because that bear is really jumping out at me in this particular reading. The next card, or if it means something else to you, they could mean that. The next card that's coming up here for you all, is you. Welcome to the party, Pisces. It's the High Priestess. So High Priestess is going to be associated with the astrological sign of Pisces, as well as Taurus. Okay, so having this card come up, obviously you have a Pisces placement, unless you're a cross watcher. Well, unless you could be a cross watcher with a Pisces placement. But obviously, if you're watching this video, the majority of you have a Pisces placement. There could be big changes and shifts happening for you in those houses and in those areas of your life, as well as if you have a Taurus placement. There could be big changes and shifts happening for you in those houses or areas of your life as well. This could also indicate that you might be dealing with a really significant soulmate who is Pisces or Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Especially having two major arcana cards coming in back to back, this is a big shift. This is a big change. So typically for me, when major arcana cards are coming in back to back, it's telling me big changes in a short period of time that are directly connected to clearing out, clearing away old soul contracts, old past life agreements, old belief systems. There's a sense of ascension. Now, High Priestess is very intuitive, and High Priestess is in a very high level of healing. So a lot of the times when the High Priestess comes up for me in a reading, it's telling me that you are coming into a really high level of healing. Your chakras are cleared and aligned. You have a lot of powerful, beautiful energy flowing through your body. You're very connected to God, source, universe, higher self, whatever you want to call it. And so you're very aligned with this energy. This makes you very magnetic. Okay? This is going to have all kinds of people wanting to be near you. Okay? It could just be people, strangers opening up to you, telling you their life story as you're in the grocery store trying to buy, groceries, or some stranger on the bus that's opening up and telling you all about their whole life, or people who are very persistently pursuing you romantically, trying to get you into bed, people wanting to work with you, wanting to be your friend. You just may have it coming in from all directions. You may be very charismatic right now and drawing and attracting a lot of people. And a lot of the times it's because people want to link up to you and they want to feed off of this energy because it's so healing. And they don't want to do their work. They don't want to face their demons. They just want to court you and feed off of your energy. And so one of the things we need to learn here with the High Priestess card is that not everybody who wants us gets to have us, right? And looking and paying attention. Is this person doing their work? Is this person doing their healing? Where are they vibrationally? Now, Pisces, a lot of you are very intuitive. It's said that Pisces is like the most psychic sign. It's said that you're very empathetic, right? So you have very strong spiritual gifts and abilities. As such, okay, you may be in the habit that you're able to see through people. And you say, well, yeah, but then I get taken advantage of, or I get lied to, or I get hurt. And this is why it happens. You're able to see through people in the sense of you're able to see their higher self. And I'm not a Pisces, but I can relate to that. When you look at somebody and you see their higher self, and the higher self can be beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. And we can fall deeply in love with the higher self or be very drawn to the higher self. But we don't realize, we don't take a step back and look at the person in the here and now, in the physical world, in the physical reality, to see how they're living their life. Because a lot of people are not reaching their higher self. They're not connected to their higher self, and they're not living a high vibrational life. But we see what's inside of them. We see that higher self, and we get mesmerized by it. And so I feel, Pisces, that a lot of you are coming into a level of healing and awakening where you're going to start making that connection. And you're going to be able to take a step back and separate the person in the physical reality from their higher self. And you're going to be able to take a moment and say, how is this person living their life? Is this person living their life in a loving, beneficial way? Is this person a vessel of light, a channel of light? Is this person living in a way that is inspiring or productive, or whatever it might be? Or are they really caught up in old cycles? Are they looking for somebody to always be rescuing them? Are they throwing all of their problems onto other people? Are they acting like other people are responsible for their happiness? What energy are they in the physical realm? And so Pisces, a lot of you are going to start breaking out of it. You're going to start breaking out of that cycle of falling in love with the higher self when the person is nowhere near aligned with their higher self. Also, the moon is jumping out at me here. There's the Taurus aspect. So a lot of you Pisces are going to really be tapping into that Taurus lunar full moon eclipse energy over the next 5 months, and it's going to be very grounding for you. If you've been having challenges getting grounded, well, good news for you. I would say over the next 5 to 6 months at least, you're going to find that grounding is much easier. And I feel a lot of epiphanies, realizations coming through you, coming to you through that process. The next card that's coming up here for the Pisces collective is the Ten of Swords. This also came up for Taurus, and it came up for Aries. So again, you could be dealing with Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, or Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. If you have Taurus or Aries placements, do check out those weekly forecasts as well. Ten of Swords is the ending of karmic cycles and cutting off anything that is not anything that is not beneficial to us. So ending karmic cycles, sticky karmic situations. Ten of Swords is also a card that comes up when we're reaching a permanent sobriety. Okay, that's not to say that you're untouchable and that you don't have to be cautious with certain behaviors or substances. And keep in mind, self-medicating comes in many shapes and forms. It's not always limited to drink and chemical substance. It could be food, it could be physical intimacy, partying, gambling, it could be anything. People self-medicate in different ways. But if you've been having issues with being able to get that under control, Ten of Swords is telling us that you're coming into a time where you're going to be on that path. You're going to be very secure on that path of sobriety. So you're going to figure out what works for you. You're finding what works for you, and you're sticking to it. So you're making something your own, especially with this High Priestess here and this Judgment card. A lot of you, if you've been having a challenge with that, it's because you've been living outside of your nature, or you've been trying to be something else, something different than what you are, or trying to live by a set of rules that are not in alignment with your spirit or your purpose. You've been out of your spiritual connection. And now you're aligning with your spiritual connection here with this High Priestess, with this Judgment card. So the rest of the stuff will fall into place a lot more easily than it has in the past. I also feel here with this Ten of Swords and this little rainbow that's jumping out at me, and these little like lightning jolts here in the picture are jumping out at me. They're giving me a feeling or a sense of like a newfound optimism that's getting you through a lot of challenges, or making impossible things feel like they're possible. So you may be finding that you're beginning to attract more positive people into your life, and more encouragement. Maybe some of you have come from the I want to say culture, but I don't mean culture in terms of ethics, like ethnicity. I don't mean culture in terms of race or ethnicity. It could be a subculture, like not like I said, not necessarily about like a country. It could be a subculture kind of thing, or a pop culture kind of thing. But you may come from like the environment where people are kind of mean, or people are kind of sarcastic, or they tell you you can't do something because they think that you're going to turn out like, oh yeah, well, I'll show you. But it doesn't always work that way, right? And I know when I used to teach preschool, there were some kids that their parents came from cultures or countries where that's what they would do. They would be like, you're not good at this. You're terrible. You're never going to get this right. And they think the kid is going to turn around and be like, oh yeah, I'll show you. And it can be very discouraging. And so some of you maybe have been around that, or you've been around people like that, people who think that they're using reverse psychology to benefit you in some way, and it hasn't been beneficial by any means. And so some of you may be calling in like more supportive or more positive energy, like, I believe in you, you're doing great, you got this kind of thing. And maybe in the past you cringed, like, ugh, maybe you didn't like being around that. And so now you're coming into the energy of being open to receiving that, being open to receiving that, and accepting that optimism and being able to enjoy it instead of like finding it cringy. The next card coming up here for the Pisces collective is the Magician. Lots of major arcana, my dears. Big, big shift for you in the coming week. So things happening over the next 7 days are definitely setting a new chapter into motion for you. And ascension, really big time ascension. Magician is associated with Gemini and Virgo. So you could be dealing with a significant soulmate or person that's significant in this journey. That is Gemini or Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. If you have Gemini or Virgo placements, do check out those weekly forecasts. The Magician is a card of manifesting, creating, seeing through illusions. Uh, there could even be something here in like seeing through corruptions, seeing the truth of a situation, and making decisions based upon that moving forward and manifesting. So you may be getting a lot of messages from the universe. You may be seeing repeating angel numbers. You may be getting spirit animal messages coming in that are telling you, hey, you're on the fast track of manifesting right now. Your thoughts are becoming reality very, very quickly. So be sure that you're focused on that finish line, on where you want to see yourself ending up, because it's happening here very quickly here with this Magician energy. I also feel here something where there's a sense or a feeling that you're going to get very good at something, Pisces. And I feel like it's something with your hands. So like really, really good. uh I don't know, it could be something creative. It could be woodworking, like making things out of wood. It could be sculpting. It could be something with instruments, like musical instruments. um but I feel there's something here that you're getting very skilled with your hands at something, and like maybe even like physically building or creating, like physically making things with your hands. That's going to be both very healing and very profitable for you. Some of you, I feel this coming in with the hands. Also, as a healer, you may have a lot of healing energy coming through your hands. If you're doing any kind of like energy work, it might really be getting like fully activated here, where you're doing more like touch or contact healing. You might want to check out your moon, sun, and rising sign videos. Some weeks your moon sign or rising sign might resonate more than your sun sign. There's a playlist in the description, so it'll be easier for you to find the other videos. If you want to check out the love and romance readings for December, there's also a playlist for those. And if you would like to schedule a private reading with me, there's a link in the description that will take you to the scheduling page, calendly.com/amethystangelite, and you can schedule a private reading with me there. Do come back and check out the card of the day message tomorrow. But if not, have a fabulous week, and do come back and check out next week's forecast. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Have a fabulous week, my dears. Take care and be well.